there in internet land. This is episode 26 of Stop the Damn Match, the possibly the worst wrestling podcast in human history, clogging up YouTube like nobody's business. I'm your host, Phil Lamington, sitting to my left because JB's not here because he's soft, S-A-W-F-T, soft. So filling in his seat is Dr. Shaymus. Dr. Shaymus, how are you?
Not too bad. I'm kind of feeling a bit hoarse in the throat, you know, feeling what Johnny is in this seat. Just channeling my inner Johnny.
And making his long-awaited return to the show, seated to my right, it's the Yellow Devil himself, Mr. Shogo. Mr. Shogo, how goes it?
Mr. Lamington, I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Indeed.
Yeah, do you reckon if you get a horsey voice from sitting in that... Do you reckon it's the seat that's giving you the horsey voice? Is that why? Because Johnny's been there so long. He starts to talk like this.
I know, I can feel something inside me, you know?
You know what's really funny is when he's here and my girlfriend is here, she takes that seat, and I try to tell her, like, that's the Johnny seat, and she just sits there and no-sells it. She's like, I don't care, he can go sit somewhere else.
Is she starting to get a horsey voice too?
No.
Just checking.
No, but I can change that.
Why, by making her smoke 30 packs of cigarettes a day?
No, she's not Ziggy.
Oh, right.
Hey, she listens to this podcast, so I'll choose my words carefully.
She doesn't, actually. She's like, I hate wrestling. I hate Formula One. I'm not listening to any of this shit. She's like, don't ask me to come to another Halo night, because that ain't happening. It's like, cool. You go have your drink-a-thon. Right, so this episode, we decided to do something a little bit different, or more to the point, I decided to do something a little bit different. Instead of doing a retro pay-per-view review or a pay-per-view review, because when we do these episodes, we only get about 5 minutes to touch on news, sport, and weather. So I thought we'd do an episode where we talk about the current state of professional wrestling / sports entertainment. So, Shaymus, what are your initial thoughts on the current state of professional wrestling as a whole right now?
As a whole, like, at the moment we're pretty good in the way of content. Like, we have a shit ton of wrestling to be able to choose from. We've got Impact, we've got AEW, we've got WWE, we've got ROH, we've got NXT, we've got New Japan, you got all the other indies under that as well.
NWA as well?
NWA as well, exactly. That's like 7 major brands to choose from, not including any of the other indies.
Oh, the rap group is back? I thought Eazy-E was dead.
By Billy Corgan. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
Boo.
But no, we're really blessed to actually be able to choose what we want to watch. You know, if we don't like one product, fuck it, we'll just switch over to another. Especially with WWE and AEW going essentially head-to-head to each other now. But they're not directly going at each other like WCW and WWF were.
It's not the Monday Night Wars.
But it feels like it, you know?
Yeah.
which is good, and they both have more than enough money to throw at each other, especially with WWE now being part of Endeavor.
Yeah, true that.
And I do like the direction that, for example, WWE are going into right now. It feels fresh. It doesn't feel stale at all. It doesn't feel like the same fucking 10 wrestlers just in a different match, or they've added one extra person to it, or
Or it's a rematch from a pay-per-view match like 3 weeks earlier.
Yeah, it doesn't essentially feel like you're watching repeat TV. It feels fresh, it feels good, and they're actually taking risks now. They're actually going in a different direction, using different people. Fucking Nick Aldis is now the GM of SmackDown. They went for 2 GMs again, which is good. I actually liked it when they had the 2 GM system. They give the brands an authority figure rather than to say, you want a match, you got it. They actually now have to go to someone, and then they can make a decision, and they're a part of the roster. You know, it adds an extra layer, an extra element into it, which is good. AEW now is going in a good direction as well. Like, Christian being one of the top heels, MJF being one of the top faces. Never thought I'd fucking hear myself say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Christian Cage on the mic has been doing some of the best work of his career.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And same with MJF doing some of the best work of his career as a face.
Particularly with Christian Cage and his "Your Dad is Dead" promos.
It's okay, he can be your daddy now.
Because he was in a program with Jungle Boy. And Jungle Boy's old man was actor Luke Perry. And Luke Perry passed away a couple of years ago. And so Christian Cage was managing him, and then he turned on him and he said, "Look, I know you looked at me to be a father figure, but I'm not your father. But your father's dead." Yeah. So he knows how to hit the...
Hit the heel button.
Yeah.
Lent right into that, especially now that Adam Copeland is now in AEW. It adds another layer into that, because he did refer to Edge and Christian and wanting to be bringing them back together, and then Christian literally saying live on air, "Go fuck yourself."
They had to bleep it out.
And then they released the uncensored version on YouTube. But I do love the direction both brands are going. They're both leaning in different ways. It's not like they're directly trying to copy each other.
Okay. Well, what do you... Jesus, I'm struggling with my voice here. So, what are your thoughts on the current WWE product specifically?
I do love, as I said before, I do love the direction that both brands are going in. They do seem different now. They don't seem like it's just one copying the other, or it's not in direct competition with each other. Not yet, at least. I do hope they do lean into that going into Survivor Series, which I have a feeling they are. And I have a feeling they're going to bring War Games back for that, which I'm all for that. It's a great type of match. Always a lot of spots, and it just feels different because there's only one a year.
Yeah. I kind of feel like WWE, especially since Vince McMahon got ousted, even though he's come back, but Triple H has taken over creative, it's just such a better product. You know, some people lost their push, like, what's his name? He's married to Emma. God. Well, I mean, Elias lost his push.
And his job.
Yeah, he got released. Emma got released.
Just after coming recently back to the company.
They didn't do anything with her.
Yeah, and I think Tripp's seen that too, and like, go back to the Indies, you're going to get much better off rather than just sitting there in catering.
I think she'll end up back at Impact.
Yeah, Impact, or maybe AEW. They lost a bit of star power with losing Jade. As much as I hate to say it, but they did. They need something to fill that void.
Right. Then we get to AEW.
With AEW, they're leaning heavier into the sports entertainment side of things now, which is good. Yeah. Because effectively when they started, they were more on the indie side, so they're more into the professional wrestling side. Now you get the best of both worlds. They're leaning more into one of the other sides. I mean, you got fucking Bryan Danielson there, and the Blackpool Combat Club, which are very good professional wrestlers, all in that one stable by themselves. Now, actually, including more of the entertainment side makes it a lot more fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, I like watching spot fests. They're great matches. But add a bit of drama into it, it makes it a lot better to watch. Especially with like the MJF, Adam Cole stuff, before Adam got injured. That was actually really funny to watch.
Well, I think AEW runs the risk of becoming WCW 2.0, though. That's my thought, because WCW, in its prime, I mean, Shogo, jump in with this if you've got a different opinion, but WCW in its prime, all the top spots were ex-WWF guys. Hollywood Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, Lex Luger, Nash and Hall. I mean, I know they established themselves in WCW when it was the NWA, but Nash and Hall made their names in WWF when they were Razor Ramon and Diesel. And then they come back as the NWO, and everyone knows them as Razor Ramon and Diesel. And I think AEW is running the risk of being the same thing, where you've got Sting, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, Saraya, Ruby Soho, if I don't drop
Bryan
the notes.
Danielson.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson, John Moxley,
Pretty much the whole Blackpool Combat Club.
Claudio Castagnoli, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
You know, they run the risk of becoming WCW 2.0.
Yes and no. I do agree with you. They have a lot of ex-WWE superstars, but they also have a lot of their core wrestlers as well, being Swerve Strickland,
Yep.
good one.
Yeah, but I mean, he was in NXT.
True, but he didn't. Well, he wasn't.
So was Keith Lee.
Yeah, but both of them weren't in the main roster, is what I was getting at. Like, NXT was good, don't get me wrong. They made a little bit of the names for themselves there, but they made a much bigger name for themselves in AEW. That is kind of a better pedestal for them to be on, rather than being in NXT and having a glass ceiling, because that's essentially what it is. Swerve, fucking, what was his name? MJF, of course.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank here. He's with Sting, fucking
Darby Allin.
Darby Allin as a big one. He reminds me of a young Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And he has the popularity of a young Jeff Hardy as well. I mean, there's another two as well, Jeff and Matt.
But they've also just signed RVD.
Which, good for experience, and it's better than him sitting on his ass doing nothing at home. Or being in, like, Impact and fucking doing shit where he's baked. At least now he has a direction to go in. Tony is walking a fine line between having a lot of experienced people and having a lot of newer guys, but you need to make a balance. You don't want to have all just the old dudes, because then it essentially is WCW.
Yeah.
He's making a balance between the two, which I see is a good thing to do, because then you have the older guys sharing all their experience and, you know, being the ring generals and actually helping them carry the matches and help them with the pacing of the matches to elevate the younger guys to make them into superstars.
Well, the one thing where I think AEW has it over WWE is their tag division.
Yes.
Their tag division is so much better. But where AEW loses to WWE is their women's division.
Absolutely.
Like their women's division, it's either broken down ex-WWE people or Japanese wrestlers that
Have no build.
yeah, it's almost like WWE got the three most charismatic Japanese women wrestlers in Asuka, Io Shirai, and Io Sky and Kairi Sane.
Mm.
And then all the other ones are just
Hikaru Shida.
yeah, they're just the B players.
Yeah, and which, unless you watch New Japan, and you'll know about them, but if you don't watch New Japan, you're kind of screwed there. They need to build up the women's division. I definitely agree with you there. Their singles division is quite good.
Yeah.
I do like the tournaments that they actually hold quite often in AEW. It gives them a lot of prestige for the actual matches because it gives them a build, like just a natural build. That's why King of the Ring's so popular. It gives them a natural build to, once they become in that the finals there, to whoever wins becomes or gets put in the championship match. It's good. It gives it just a nice flow.
Yeah.
Rather than going, do you want a match? Yeah, you got it. Like that. There's no build to that. It's not exciting.
No. Right. Here we go. Let's get into the tricky stuff here. CM Punk. As I'm just knocking crap over, I'm on fire today.
Much like CM Punk's career.
Oh. So, CM Punk gets suspended last year at All Out. Brawl Out. Comes back, gets into another punch-up,
With the boss.
and gets the boot. What is his problem?
I just think he was after creating drama to get out. I think he was over it. He just didn't want anymore, didn't get what he wanted, and then wanted an easy out. And now he shot himself in the foot because he wanted to talk with WWE. They were in talks, and then they told him to go fuck himself. So
Well-
now he's screwed.
Well, not what I heard. As I try not to die. So, he has spoken to Trips. Apparently, the talks were quite a long way away. Like, they were quite a long way along. But then WWE said, look, we haven't got anything for you right now.
Hmm.
I don't think the door is closed.
I just think it's closed for now.
I think he's going to be a guest entrant in the Royal Rumble.
That's a big call.
That's a really big call. Hey, I'm just saying, because remember, was it 5 odd years ago how we all thought...
Edge.
Well, no, I was going to say when there's that Royal Rumble where we all thought Daniel Bryan was going to win.
And he wasn't even in it.
And he wasn't. We thought he was going to be entrant number 30, but no, it turned out to be Batista.
No, it was Rey Mysterio.
Oh, was it?
And Batista won it.
That was the one where Ray got booed when he came out because everyone thought it was going to be Brian.
Oh, okay. No, so, well, yeah, I don't remember it that well, obviously, but I do remember the fact that everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win it. And look, I just get the feeling it's going to be that thing again where everyone's going to be expecting CM Punk, and they're going to be disappointed when they find out it's, the Blue Meanie or something. I'm just saying.
Because I think that there's potential for a Kevin Owens versus CM Punk match at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice, but there's a lot of people in the company that don't want him in there.
Absolutely.
With good reason.
Yeah, exactly. And a big majority of them because of the backstage antics that he pulled.
Yeah, like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, they either need to tell him, once you've done your match, get the fuck out, don't go backstage, get changed to fuck off, or segment him from the rest of the competitors out the back.
Have you seen the movie Predator?
Yeah.
I've seen the movie Predator.
Yeah. It's a classic.
The guy who played the Native American dude.
Billy.
Billy, yeah. The actor who played him, he had to have 24-hour personal security around him at all times.
Because he was prone to roid rage fits.
Yes. That's what they need to do with CM Punk.
Oh, that's the you son of a bitch handshake, wasn't it?
No. So you remember in Predator how there's that tracker guy who pulls out his knife and cuts himself.
Oh, yep.
That
was him.
That
Okay.
guy. He's prone to roid rage.
Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he was an absolute psychopath.
Jesus.
Even more so than Ken. I'm not on fucking steroids. Shamrock.
Dude, his theme was a banger though.
Dan the Beast 7 had the best entrance music.
Yeah.
After the episode's
7,
over,
yeah.
I'll put it on for you. You'll be like, holy Christ.
Are you you're gonna use this as the outro, aren't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Aw.
Not allowed to use it. I'll get copyright flagged.
Yep.
But I think that the bosses above Vince McMahon will see CM Punk coming in as ratings and dollars for them.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's up to Trips though. Trips has full creative control, and Endeavor have actually been out and said that to whoever was doing the interview at the time. Said that Trips has full creative control. Vince has suggestions that he can make, but Vince has no creative control over WWE, which is as it should fucking be.
Yeah, well, he was actually later on my list, but we might as well talk about him now. Vince McMahon. My God.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Okay, so I've been out of the loop for a bit. Please update me. What the hell is going on with this man? Why is he not dead yet?
So I'll give you like a TLDR, and feel free to jump in if you want, Phil. I'll save your voice a bit. Endeavor purchased WWE.
Yep.
That merger happened, and when that happened, they rehired Vince to be in the board, not the CEO, but he's on the board of directors.
Okay.
Because Endeavor seen that Vince was obviously the previous owner, and they wanted someone with experience of the company to sit on the board.
Okay, that's fair enough.
For a little bit, until Endeavor stepped in, Vince did have quite a bit of power back in WWE between, when all the allegations of him having a bit of fun out the back and harassing a lot of women out the back, which was not on. And then, all of the other people that were on staff with him. I can't remember a couple of names. Phil, if you can jump in here and help.
Oh, God, you're asking big questions.
Well,
there.
I was going to say...
John Laurinaitis, that was one of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're talking about a guy who got Trish Stratus to get on all fours and bark like a dog. Are you really surprised?
No,
be honest.
not at all.
Well,
John Laurinaitis was another one that was bad for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
also got fired.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, are you really surprised? I mean, didn't Jim Cornette, like, go on and on about him, hiring women because they had, big boobs and long blonde
100%.
hair? And...
Yeah, well, even JR says that John Laurinaitis is a snake in the grass, son of a bitch.
Yeah, just like a scumbag.
I was going to say, to be a snake in the grass, you got to be hiding that side of you well. So, no.
Up until it closed, John Laryngitis was head of talent relations in WCW.
Mm.
And then WWE buys it. JR stuck around as head of talent relations for a year, and then he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. So John Laryngitis got it. And that's when you started seeing swimsuit models and shit being hired as women.
HLA.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys ever hear Jim Cornette on his podcast of what is the difference between a hoe and a female wrestler, you should look into it because it is a very hilarious rant, and it's dead on. It hits the nail on the head.
But yeah, with that, Vince got a whole bunch of power back for a while, and then Endeavor actually stepped in and said, nah, Trips was doing a much better job when you weren't there. We're giving him full creative control of the company.
The full of it is Vince McMahon, over 12 years, spent $12.5 million of company money in hush funds.
Yeah, hush
for
money.
these women's that he harassed. He also blew $5 million of the company money investing in Donald Trump's presidential campaign.
Okay.
Which the company didn't know about.
Okay, company money, that's
That's not his.
Yeah.
So...
But in Vince's eyes, it was his.
Oh, no, I was going to say, if it was his own money, yeah, who gives a shit? But if it's company money that, they don't know about, then yeah, it's a different kettle of fish altogether, man.
And also, he loaded the board of directors with yes men. Nonsensical, glad-handed, douchebag yes men that would sit there and blow smoke up his ass and give him what he wanted.
What? You mean CM Punk was actually right about that?
Yes.
Yep.
Of course.
So then, Vince, he
was also right about, the company being handed off to his doofus son-in-law, which is actually not a bad thing.
his idiot daughter and his doofus
Yes,
son-in-law
yeah.
and the rest of his stupid family.
At least Steph went, nah, fuck this, I'm out.
Well, well, not to mention, maybe not the rest of his family, because Shane McMahon is also out.
Yeah, but what's even worse is no one knew that Vince and Linda got divorced.
Yeah.
No one knew that.
Oh, well...
That's why after, I think, 2016, every doco about WrestleMania, there's no Linda McMahon.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, no one knew.
So they've been divorced all this time and nobody knew.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he started dating another girl who clearly looks like he's old enough to be her grandfather.
So, since 2016, I had a chance with Linda McMahon and I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
She take my money.
But, so then Vince left, he got ousted.
Linda, if you're listening to this, hey, say hi to me.
Go look her up on Tinder, mate. Plenty of fish. Facebook Marketplace. So...
No, she'll be probably open up her Only Grants account.
Oh, Jesus. Right. So, then at the start of the year, Vince McMahon weaseled his way back onto the board of directors by saying, if I'm not on the board, I will not approve the sale of the company and television network deals.
Because he still had majority.
Yeah. So they had to let him on. Then some of the board members quit because they just were not going to be around him.
Steph being a big one.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Steph was like, no, I'm done. After hearing all the shit that her father did,
Yeah. Okay.
And Triple H got stood down off the board of directors too.
Yep.
But he brought in the same nonsensical, glad-handed, douchebag yes man that would back him up. And then they sold the company to Endeavor, which merged with UFC and became TKO Holdings.
Okay.
And then, probably a week after the merger, and it was announced on the stock market.
Your cut.
Yeah, like there was 20 people in the digital media department of WWE. 17 of them got fired. They went from 20 to 3 and got merged with the UFC digital media department.
Shit, eh?
And then the talent roster got slashed. Like, Elias got let go.
Emma.
Roderick. No, not Roderick Strong.
Fish.
No, he had already left.
Sorry, they did live, yeah.
Hey, if Elias got let go, does that mean Elliot also got let go as well?
They actually put a post on that too, saying, well, we were actually the same person. He actually went out and said that.
I knew it!
Kevin Owens was right the whole time.
What was his name again? Sorry? It wasn't Elliot, it was...
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, that's right.
Yeah, he got let go. I'm guessing Bray Wyatt was really happy that he'd crossed the Rainbow Bridge because he's sitting there going, well, I didn't get released this time.
Can't release me if I'm dead.
Next thing you know, Christian Cage Okay, I'm not going to go there. Sorry.
You want me to be your father figure, but I can't be because your father's dead. God, that's brutal.
Does Christian Cage have a cameo, by the way?
I have no idea.
Oh, because if he does, you
want that for your birthday next year?
I want that for my birthday. My dad is actually dead, and I want that for my birthday.
So's mine. Don't you dare.
Oh, come on!
Here's 3 big names that we forgot too. Dolph Ziggler got released.
Oh, shit, son!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep. A lot of people were unhappy about that.
What the
Backstage.
shit?
Yep.
Shelton Benjamin got released.
Okay.
And Mustafa Ali also got released.
Okay, that I'm not so...
That
that
kind of went the wrong order there, but...
Yeah.
Dana Brooke got released.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm still trying to get over Dolph Ziggler getting...
Yep, he got let go.
Why did he get let go?
They were hardly using him on TV.
So use him then.
And he was on one of the higher end contracts.
Yep.
Jesus fucking Christ. No. That guy could sell ice to an Eskimo.
That's right. He's probably going to go to AEW and form a tag team with his brother, who's also over at AEW.
What, Nikki from the Spirit Squad?
No comment.
Okay.
Who else got released? Have you got the full list?
I'm trying to find the full list. They were the biggest names.
Pull it up, Shamey.
This is riveting reporting.
Riddick Moss.
Yeah, Riddick Moss. That's the one I was talking about. He's married to Emma in real life.
You guys remind me of Chris Kamara when he says, "I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
I don't know, Jeff.
Oh, don't know. Well, whatever."
There's a funny post that Tennille Dashwood, who's also known as Emma, put up saying, because this was on the same day that Elimination Chamber got announced that it was in Perth. She's like, "Oh look, Elimination Chamber is in Perth. Awesome. Oh wait, I no longer work for the company."
I wonder if she found out through text message or something.
Aliyah was another one.
Oh,
Aaliyah, sorry.
Once again, you got this in the wrong order. You should have mentioned Dolph Ziggler last.
Rick Boogs.
Yep, Boogs.
No, really?
Elias.
Top dollar.
I really like Rick Boogs.
Yep.
So
Shelton Benjamin.
He was the Mike Hager of WWE.
Dubba Kato, Dana Brooke.
Mason Mansour.
Yeah, Mason Mansour.
I don't know who these people are.
They were Maximum Male Models.
Yeah, again, don't know.
Mansour was the one that was hired from Saudi Arabia. The one that won the Battle Royal thing that they had over there.
You guys remember the part where I said I've been out of the loop for a while?
Yes. Oh, Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, but Matt Riddle deserved it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't he, a bit?
Yeah, he reckons that an airport security guard sexually molested him or something.
when it was probably just a
Just a pat down. 'Cause
uh,
he was probably acting like a fuckhead on the plane.
I can see that happening, but I will make no allegations.
Oh, look, he was on his last chance with Trips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
just
what Tripp
pissed
said.
him off.
Yeah, Tripp said he burned too many bridges. He's done.
Okay.
So he can fuck off to Impact because I don't think AEW will touch him.
I'm sure he'll be fine selling scooters.
Bryson Montana, Quincy Elliott as well, and Shanky.
Okay. Again,
They're all like NXT superstars.
They were with what's his name? The third guy in 3MB. The Indian guy.
Jinder Mahal.
oh, Jinder Mahal.
He's still there, sadly.
Well, form 3MB again.
No, Drew is just like no.
Yeah, but it'll be a good reunion, kind of like the Shield.
Heath Slater works for Impact.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How many kids does he have to feed now? Is it
7?
Oh, I thought it was 13.
I don't know. He's starting to remind me of the taxi driver from Total Recall. I got 5 kids to feed.
Hey, Betty, screw you! I can't do an Arnie accent to save my life, so...
Oh, yo.
Fuck you.
Anyway, yeah, well, I'm just thinking, it'll be a little bit of a pop seeing 3MB again, as terrible as they were. They were very entertaining.
Yeah, no, Drew McIntyre hated it.
Yeah, I know. So did the rest of the world, but I just thought it would be a pretty fun thing.
You're just a fucking sadist. That's what the problem is.
Oh, come on.
Drew's a heel now, I'm pretty sure. Or he's going into being heel.
He's a tweener at the moment.
Mm.
Like, he did stop Damian Priest from cashing in Money in the Bank. But, yeah, he's a tweener at the moment.
Mm.
Right. Adam Copeland joining AEW.
Yeah, I did not see that happening, actually.
I think you were the only person on planet Earth who didn't see it happening.
Well, yeah,
to be honest.
because, yeah, I've been out of the loop. I don't really go on social media that much anymore.
Look, I thought he would retire. But, yeah, his contract ended on the Saturday, and he's in AEW on the Sunday. So, good on him. Like he said, he wants to work with the younger talent.
He pretty much said to his family, he's like, what should I do now? And then his daughter was like, you should go have fun with
Uncle Jay.
with Uncle Jay, who's Christian.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Wait. Christian's real name is Jay?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, his real name is not Christian. Sorry. Same as Gangrel's real name is not Gangrel.
What?
Yeah, no, it's fucked, eh?
Edge's real name is not Edge.
No! Stop!
And the next guy that I'm about to talk about, his name is not really LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a moment to sit down and
Jesus,
evaluate my
do you
life.
need to lie down? Do you need a pillow?
I do.
Do you want me to pause this while you process this?
Yes, please. Next thing you know, you'll be telling me Hulk Hogan's real name's not Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, like the Ultimate Warrior used to say. Oh, Dana Warrior got released too.
Oh no, what a shame.
Because she was still working with the company in their,
The Warrior Award stuff.
yeah, and they let go of her. That's a shame, because she was hot.
It was for a good cause, yeah, for the Warrior Award, but she didn't even as much screen time as what they gave her.
Like, I think she outlived her purpose.
Yeah.
She was very much like Vicky Guerrero in AEW. She just outlived her purpose.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Except, yeah. Actually, Vicky Guerrero made a really, really good heel.
Just not in AEW.
Really?
Yeah.
She was there for like a hot minute and went away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know
signed
that.
a 3-year contract. She was probably in there for 2 months.
All right. But yeah, you got to admit, Vicky Guerrero as a heel manager was very memorable.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
True.
And yeah, for those of you wondering out there, she does have a bikini shoot out there somewhere. Feel free to Google that if you are into that sort of thing.
You're into Linda McMahon, so you're not far off.
I'm sorry.
I
value my eyesight too much.
I'm into Linda McMahon for her money. Don't tell her I
I
said that.
I thought you were into Alexa Bliss.
I am. Unfortunately, she's married and
pregnant.
and pregnant. So that's I'm
There's
out.
a few red flags.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
good on her and everything.
Johnny was most displeased that she was pregnant. He was disappointed that he did not impregnate her with his demon seed.
And well, I think the most disappointing of all was the fact that Johnny and I did not get to fight over Alexa Bliss as intended. But
oh well,
You can always have sloppy seconds.
I would have
you live
kicked
some,
his
you
ass.
lose some, mate. Well, I'm not saying anything because this will get us. Not
Yeah.
that we get paid by YouTube, but it'll get us demonetized fast. So you can say, "Holy shit, we just got demonetized."
No, but today's sponsor is brought to you by
Alexa Bliss's vagina,
Slim Jims.
aka what you put into Alexa Bliss's vagina.
I swear to God, I'm gonna walk out.
Right.
Which
Oh,
apparently, good segue into the next thing. Apparently, that's what LA Knight's new thing is Slim Jim, because he's their spokesperson right now.
yeah. Well,
Took Edge's spot.
I have to just veer off a little bit because for SummerSlam,
Veer Mahan?
no, for SummerSlam, Slim Jim filmed a whole bunch of vignettes with various WWE superstars, and there was one superstar who we don't see him on TV very often, which is a shame because I think he's got an amazing gimmick. But this one superstar reenacted one of Macho Man Randy Savage's Slim Jim commercials, beat for beat. Karrion Kross.
Okay.
He's
Karrion
been off
Kross,
camera for a while.
He even did the "Ooh, yeah," and all that stuff. Like he's really good at it. If you haven't seen it, watch his impression of Jesse the Body Ventura.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Even Jesse Ventura liked it. He's like, that was an amazing impression.
Someone does a really good Austin impression too. I can't remember who it was.
Oh God.
But I remember they did it on the mic once, live on the mic, and it was really fucking good.
But LA Knight, I think LA Knight is the hottest wrestler in wrestling.
Yep.
Overall, right now, not in terms of looks.
I was
Don't
gonna
get-
say I thought it was Trish Stratus personally, but okay, whatever you're into.
Is the most organically over wrestler
Thank
in
you.
the world right now.
Thank you for clarifying.
He is getting Austin level Attitude Era pops.
when he
When
go.
his music hits, the crowd just goes Attitude Era Austin.
Because that LA is like Glass Shatters, pretty much. It's
Yeah.
iconic for him to
And
come
you know,
out.
a lot of people sit there and say, "Oh, he's just knocking off The Rock and
He is,
Stone
but-
Cold." But the thing is, in an age of very sort of bland promos, it's a breath of fresh air.
So what's his thing instead of glass shatters? Is it plastic rattles?
No, it's like
No.
LA in like a...
Like a very digital voice. He goes,
digitalized LA.
"L.A. Night," and then
Okay.
he comes out with his music. It sounds like 90s gangster rap.
Okay.
And
It's like not a bad theme.
yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
And then, like, he comes out and all his catchphrases, the crowd gets into every one of them. You know, whose game is it? With everybody saying, "L.A. Night, yeah!"
Yeah.
You know? Or the, that's not just an insult, that is a fact of life. Yeah! You know, he is
I haven't
so
heard dummy
over.
yeah yet.
He is
Dummy.
So, what?
Dummy. Yeah.
Dummy, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he is. He's grown organically after Vince gave him that shitty Max Dupree gimmick.
And
then
everybody
Trips-
hated it.
Trips just went, nah, that's going in the bin. Everyone knows he's LA Knight. You're going to be LA Knight. And I think the fans helped turn him
Mm.
into being this big hit. Yeah, he's grown organically, kind of like MJF,
Mm.
or even like CM Punk, like back in 2011. It's it's the organic getting over that John Cena never had,
Mm.
or even Randy Orton never had.
He's coming back soon, apparently, too.
Yeah,
Survivor Series apparently is scheduled to come back.
I think they'd be better off leaving it until Royal Rumble.
Yeah. But I think they will pull the trigger and have him as, like, the last surprise entrant for Survivor Series?
Because I think it'll be Judgment Day versus Jay, Cody, Sammy, and a mystery partner.
Isn't it
in
5 on
War
5?
Games.
Isn't it 5 on 5?
Is it? I thought it was 4 on 4.
I thought it was a traditional 5 on 5.
Oh.
Because I would have said KO and Sammy, but they're both now on different brands. So I don't know if they'll put them together again.
No, I think KO
Because it'll be
will
company on company.
Yeah.
Maybe KO versus Sammy.
I don't think they'll...
Put him with the Judgment Day. He came out to interrupt fucking what's his name?
Cody.
No. KO came out to interrupt
Dominic.
Dom. Yeah, when he was in the ring, because that's when Aldis said, this man is now coming to SmackDown, and then KO came out.
Yeah. But, LA Knight, he's just grown organically, and it's so nice to see someone be that organic and get over with a crowd naturally, with a natural charisma. Yeah, his matches aren't anything fantastic, but neither was Austin or The Rock, so...
I like his finishing move. It's like a stunner, but it has like a front slam. Sort of like Skull Crushing Finale mixed with the stunner.
Yeah, like he drives their head into the mat rather than their body.
Yeah, which it looks really good.
What is it called? It's the BMT, isn't it? Or BMF?
Something like that. It's three letters.
Yeah.
But that reminds me as well. WWE in general have the most amount of faces that they've had in Yonks.
Yeah.
Like they have LA Knight. They have Cena. That's back there. They have KO, Sammy. Well, Sammy's on Raw, but KO now. They've got Cody. Who else do they have? They got Main Event Jay. There's 5 that are really over right now, and they're faces. That's super unusual.
And I like that we've got factions again.
Yeah.
Bloodline, the Judgment Day.
KO and fucking... Not KO.
The Street Business.
Yeah, Street Business, Cody and Jay.
Yeah. Right. The flip side of the coin is MJF. I feel like he's cooled a little bit. Like he's not quite as hot as what he was when he was the heel that was screaming, "Fuck you, Tony Khan, fire me, you fucking mark."
He has cooled off a little bit controversially, but he gained a lot more popularity as a face with Cole.
Yeah.
That was the most over thing in AEW for the longest time until Cole got himself injured.
The problem was a lot of that stuff felt like when MJF and Chris Jericho were trying to be best friends and stuff, and they did all those little vignettes where they were doing dance routines and stuff. And I watched that routine, I laughed at it, and I went, like, this is funny and all, but it doesn't belong in a pro wrestling show.
It felt a lot more genuine between MJF and Cole, especially because that came to a head in that one-on-one match for the title. That shit was some of the best sports entertainment that I've seen in a long time. That story, like, it was actually invested. You didn't know who was going to turn on who because they both had heel tendencies.
Yeah.
But they both didn't end up pulling the trigger on it, which was a really, really good thing to watch.
Right. Next person. Jade Cargill.
So hot. Want to touch the hiney.
Well, she's with WWE now.
Yeah, I know. Jade, if you're listening to this, please sit on my face.
Do you want Death by Snoo Snoo? Because that's how you get Death by Snoo Snoo.
Hey, man.
She will rip parts of your anatomy off.
You think I give a shit?
She's got a 6-pack on top of a 6-pack, dude.
I have a student hex debt. I fear nothing.
I got a brain like a jukebox. Hey, didn't you kill my brother? No. Look, when she was in AEW, she was still really green as grass. Like, her matches were nothing special.
Yeah, Jade Greengill.
But apparently she is going to be on Raw. So I think she's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. It's going to be her versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE World Women's Championship.
Okay. I fear that Johnny and myself are probably going to be fighting again over who gets who.
That's alright. I've got Mortal Kombat somewhere. We can fire up one of them. You guys can beat the living piss out of each other in that.
No. Here's what we do. We create ourselves in WWE, 2K, whatever it is now, and then we set it both to computer. Whoever wins... Yeah, you know where I'm going with this.
You can do that, or you can do it in AEW Fight Forever.
Was that game any good, by the way?
I didn't like it.
Really?
No, it like they touted it as, it's going to be like playing WWF No Mercy. And it didn't play anything like it.
Okay, that's what I was looking forward to. I didn't care about. I didn't really care about the graphics. I mean, the
graphics look like shit too.
Well, yeah, I didn't care about that. What I cared about was the gameplay. Because No Mercy, looking back, has really shitty graphics, but you didn't. The game itself was freaking awesome.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. The last NXT Premium Live event was NXT No Mercy. And for the intro, they put the old WWF No Mercy cartridge into an N64 and fired it up.
Yeah.
But then they changed everything so it matched NXT now.
Okay.
But they put tape over the WWF logo on the cartridge.
Dig it all.
And they had even the commentators saying that type of stuff, but saying it wrong. Like it was a real throwback.
Yeah.
But Jade Cargill, I think she is a shot in the arm that the women's division in WWE needs, because you're not going to get it with Nia Jax. Because they brought her
good
back.
God.
Yeah.
I heard about that, and listening to the fact that they let Dolph Ziggler go and let Nia Jax in, it makes me very, very, very angry, Mr. Phil. Very angry indeed.
They brought her back, but they let go of Dana Brooke and Emma.
Okay, look, I don't know who these people are, but okay, just the fact that they let Nia Jax back in just angers me.
Oh, and there was another person. She didn't get let go. Her contract lapsed. Lacey Evans.
Okay.
She's left the company.
Okay, I didn't know about that either.
Because she opened a coffee shop and an OnlyFans.
Hey.
No, a Fan Time.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's like OnlyFans.
But not.
But not
OnlyFans. Same as Dana Brooke has started a Fan Time as well.
Can you tell me what that is so I can learn to avoid those pages, please?
You're not going to avoid them. As soon as you leave here, you're going to be looking them up.
For research purposes.
No, not at all. Not at all. I want to know which websites to avoid.
You got a phone? Use your phone.
Just go on Instagram, look up Dana Brooke and Lacey Evans, and then they've got the links for it in their description. Right, moving along. Here's the one that Shay is going to look forward to.
Fansly, I think it is, not fan page.
Oh, who cares? And Mandy Rose has one as well, because she was doing like semi-fucking nude photo shoots with Paige Van Zandt.
Oh no. Anyway.
Right, so here's the one that Shay is probably going to be looking forward to. Tony Khan.
Oh god.
You fucking Mark.
He needs to get off Twitter.
Oh my fucking god, he does.
He also needs to get off the cocaine.
You guys keep going. I've just got to get the can out of the freezer. Keep talking about Tony Khan. Professionalism on this one.
Okay, so Phil's gone, which means we can say whatever the hell we want. Anyway, going on about Tony Khan, what is going on with Tony Khan?
He doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut on fucking Twitter.
Well, what's new?
Well, what happened is there was a tweet in particular that was talking about how AEW have never reached 1 million in the ratings, like in the people watching, like viewership. And then he went on a tirade about mentioning WWE, which he really shouldn't bring up shit like that when he's the head of the company, he's the face of the company. It's just unprofessional. Like that, and all the shit with CM Punk that he let that happen. He needs to either take a back seat and put someone that actually has, that can big dick it and actually tell them to shut the fuck up and they listen. Or he needs to grow a set of nuts himself and actually tell him to shut the fuck up or I'm going to fire you. Which he did with CM Punk finally. He told him to fuck off because he felt scared to actually walk backstage because he thought he was going to deck him.
Just do what Vince McMahon did and, just get really jacked and start wearing a do-rag. And start using the N-word every now and then.
Yeah, but Booker T
in
did
front of
that
Booker
too.
T.
No, I'm just saying, Vince did that and got away with it.
Hulk Hogan, we come for you.
Yeah, but Vince did other things and didn't get away with it.
Yeah. That's why you got to turn it down back to about an 8.
Hey, money doesn't work all the time.
But yeah, Tony Khan, if you're listening to this, do a bunch of steroids, don't tear your quads, and wear a do-rag. See how that works.
That's the thing. Like, Tony Khan, even as a boss, kind of reminds me of Eric Bischoff in WCW. Like, he's just...
At least Bischoff had a pair of nuts and people actually
Yeah,
knew
but
who he was.
Bischoff only listened to Hogan.
Yeah, but at least he hung around Hogan and then that had a lot of sway.
Yeah, Jim Cornette can sit there and slag off Vince Russo until the cows come home. And for 90% of it, he has a very legitimate reason to slag off Vince Russo.
Yeah, and I could listen to that shit all day.
Oh, yeah.
Bucky Teeth.
Fucking... No, that Bucky Beaver motherfucker
Okay.
is Kevin Dunn.
Oh, it's Kevin Dunn. I mean, just as bad.
Yeah, no, Vince Russo is the Archbishop of Burial.
Golden shovel on a pole match.
Still waiting for the day that Vince Russo dies and Jim Cornette actually pisses on his grave, as he always mentions he's going to do.
You just see him at the funeral, rock up.
It's during the service too.
It's like going down. Is it raining? No, it's just Jim.
Everyone's throwing flowers. Just Jim Cornette just whips his dick out and starts pissing.
What are you doing? Watering the flowers.
And then as it goes, he's like, "Thank you, fuck you, bye." God, Jim Cornette talking about Dana. Who was the chick that had Impact?
The chick that had Impact.
Dixie Carter.
Dixie. Oh,
Yeah.
so that owned Impact, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that had... Yeah.
Well, no, her parents owned Impact.
Yeah.
It wasn't her. Because her parents have an energy company called Panda Electric.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was just like, oh, this would be a really good pet project for me. And the old man is sitting there going, we're just tipping money down the fucking toilet here. What the fuck? But Jim Cornette talking about Dixie Carter. Like, if Brain... she's so smart, if it was rain and soup, she'd be running around the backyard with a fucking fork.
Fucking hell.
If braids were petrol, she'd be able to power a Flea's bicycle around a fucking teardrop.
If she was a spice, she'd be flour.
But yeah, Tony Khan just seems to not... He seems to want to placate to everyone.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he seems like a nice dude. And he probably is. But when you're backstage and you're an authority figure, you need to have a set of balls on you. Otherwise, people are just going to walk all over you like Punk.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to my point. Like, Vince Russo, for all the burials about him, when he came into WCW, he wanted to push the younger talent. He wanted not to push Hogan and Flair and all the old timers. He wanted to push the Billy Kidmans, the Booker T's, the Scott Steiners.
Except Bischoff's nose was so far up their ass, it was too late.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really what happened with the company. Was WCW after 98 just went down the shitter. Not that WWF in 99 was anything to write home about. 99, I mean, WWF in 99, you had Undertaker as the Minister of Darkness. I hated that gimmick. Hated it. Because they turned Taker heel. You had the NWO and the Finger Poke of Doom. Like... But I understand Kevin Nash's viewpoint on it, which was to rebuild Goldberg, you need the heel machine to feed him to rebuild him. That's what they had to bring the NWO back together.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you all start getting hit with injuries, then you've got Johnny's favourite wrestler who decides to punch in a fucking window with his bare hand and slices his main fucking artery. Yes, Goldberg did that.
Yeah, I still find it very hard to believe that he actually went ahead and did that.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you've got the brain of a peanut.
That's what happens when you headbutt a door and give yourself a concussion before you run out.
Yeah. That's what happens when you nearly kill The Undertaker.
That's what happens when you nearly killed Bret Hart's career.
But hey, how can you
did
kill...
kill
He
Bret
did
Hart's
kill Bret Hart's career.
How can you kill something that's already dead with The Undertaker?
Now, let's not be that guy.
Speaking of The Undertaker, he come back just recently.
Yeah, he was on NXT.
Yeah.
On the episode that NXT beat AEW Dynamite in the ratings.
Yeah, because they were directly head-to-head at the same time.
So do you reckon this was NXT's way of saying "fuck you, AEW"?
It 100% was. They had Taker, they had Cena on NXT.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Cody Rhodes. The press conference where they were fucking high. Someone goes, "Oh, so you're going to be on NXT next week?" And he's like, "I am." His reaction was fucking great.
I really need to see this video.
We'll watch it after we're finished here. It's fucking good.
All right.
Right. So overall, Tony Khan is a bit of a shit boss. His heart is in it, and he means well. AEW is a really good alternative to WWE. Vince McMahon's mustache looks stupid.
Yeah. Hey, it's not as bad as
stupid as his walk.
It is not as bad as Cody Rhodes' mustache.
Oh no.
Or his tattoo.
Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo. That thing is abhorrent.
Well, it's sort of it's part of him now. So yeah.
Hey, people love his entrance too.
Yeah.
And you could tell on NXT when he announced that NXT was doing the Dusty Rhodes tag team tournament that he was tearing up when the crowd started chanting for his old man.
Mm.
Yeah, he was tearing up over that. I think if there's one prospect from NXT that I can't wait to see on the main roster, and I hope they bring him up soon,
Bron Breakker.
Bron Breakker.
I knew as soon as you said that, I knew who you were talking about.
Bron Breakker.
Can we give him a mathematician gimmick, please?
Have you seen the promo when he was in a rivalry with Tommaso Ciampa?
Yeah, how Tommaso actually said to him, maybe you have a 33% chance of winning.
I'm no mathematical genius, but I think you've got a 33 to 30% chance of winning.
Yeah, that was great.
He'd have to get a crack at a Bron for that too.
Oh, Bron probably would have said to him, like, go for it, dude. This will be fun. And, like, the next week after that promo, Impact Wrestling put up the entire promo of Steiner on their official channel.
Oh, man.
So whoever does the social media obviously watches. It's fucking great.
Yeah. Well, I think Impact actually has a good working relationship with WWE. So
I mean, they do. They had fucking Mickie James come out in the Royal Rumble with the TNA Impact Women's Championship on her.
I have to say this. Mickie James, pretty good wrestler, pretty fucking hot, can't cut a promo to save her life.
Yeah.
Her promos in Impact are just monotonous crap.
Yeah. She's back in the company now too. She's done one final run for it.
Yeah, she's challenging Trinity for the Impact Knockouts World Title.
Mm.
And your other favourite Asian wrestler, Gail Kim, is the commissioner of the women's division.
Gail Kim, so hot. Please sit on my face.
Speaking of Mickie James, do you know who her husband is? Don't you answer that?
No.
Current SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis.
Yep.
The man who, when he was in the NWA, brought back the 10 pounds of gold, which is the world's heavyweight championship.
You son of a bitch.
Tim actually got a photo with Nick Aldis.
Oh, good on him.
And I think, Tim can correct me, that's if he ever listens to these damn things. Tim got a photo with Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis offered him to hold the NWA World Heavyweight title. And because Tim is a traditionalist.
Yes.
He said, I'm not the champ, so I'm not allowed to hold it.
Yeah, good.
And Nick Aldis went, traditionalist, good. That's what I like to hear. So, yeah.
And good on Tim, because that would have been a very tempting thing to do.
Yeah, anyone else would have gone, oh yeah, I got to hold the NWA World Heavyweight title. But he was just like, no. He did ask Nick to peel back the belt behind the main plate.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in the day when Kerry Von Erich won
He
it...
broke it.
No, he engraved KVE in the back of the main plate.
Yeah, for Kerry Von Erich.
Yeah. Open it up. KVE still engraved in the back.
Holy shit.
That would have been a sick moment too.
Oh, man. That would have been a really hard moment for Tim as well, because he would have had the chance to hold history in his own hands.
'Cause that's the legitimate championship.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Tim, good on you, man. I don't think I could have done it, but good on you, man.
That thing would have been broken so many fucking times. I'm pretty sure it's been broken at least 3 times that I'm aware of.
That is history
But
there in your hands.
I think that the if it had been broken though, it would have been a gimmicked one or like a copy.
No, as in someone's legitimately one of the... Because it's the one with the 3 globes on it, yeah? That's the...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure one of the globes actually fell off once.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So they obviously would have got it professionally fixed up. But
God, you remember the TNA World Heavyweight title? How it had like a couple of wing things on the top?
yeah, the wings, yep.
And Kurt Angle broke one of them off.
Hey, Perk Angle,
And
not
no
Kurt
one
Angle.
noticed. No one noticed. He walked around for a couple of months with a world title that was broken.
It's just the one-winged angel then.
I will say, it's almost like the night that Vince Russo booted Hollywood Hogan out of WCW. And like he pinned Jeff Jarrett and he threw the belt at him and said, "There you go, there's the belt, and you're a piece of shit and everything." And then Jeff Jarrett and Booker T had the match at it was Bash at the Beach 2000.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett came out wearing the real belt because it had the bend in the top lip.
Where it got thrown, yeah.
Yeah, which was the one that Ric Flair actually had made.
Hmm.
So that was the legit belt.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's same as the Intercontinental title that Austin won off Owen Hart when he got dropped on his head and was paralyzed. Austin actually has that belt because you're not allowed to keep it. He said to Vince, "I've got to keep this belt because of what it is," and Vince is like, "Yeah, all right, as long as you pay for a new one." So he paid for a new one.
I was going to say, they're not cheap to make.
No, fuck no.
No.
Because you need to get like a full cast of it, and it's a full metal-worked belt.
Yeah, so isn't it like, I don't know, 10 grand? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was 10 grand deposit if you're going to be the champion.
Deposit?
Yep.
Yep.
Jesus fucking...
Yeah. If you're going to be the NWA's World Heavyweight Champion back in the 80s and the 70s, you had to put down, I think it was either 10 grand or $25,000 deposit to be the champion.
Shit, son.
Just in case you lose it, because that's security deposit.
Yeah, okay, no, fair enough.
And then when you drop the belt, you get the money back. So clearly, they never gave the money back to Ric Flair because he held it 16 times.
Yeah, but when you've got fuck you money like Ric Flair does, who cares,
Well,
right?
now he's on his 5th marriage.
Yeah.
Imagine all the nuptials you have to pay there.
Yeah, well, imagine how many illegitimate children he's got as well. That's a conversation I really don't want to get into. Anyway, moving on.
Because I think
what is holding that man together?
not much. He's had a heart attack, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, and then he had a fucking match after.
Oh, that was just criminally bad.
And that was his 7th heart attack too, that evening.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
The man's fucking
He's held together with clag glue.
living on his legacy. That's what's
Him and
keeping him
Hulk
afloat.
Hogan. Hulk Hogan is held together with bullshit and clag glue.
You know what? Ric Flair reminds me of one of those Stretch Armstrong model toys after you've had them for a while.
Yeah, if you leave it stretched out for too long, then you undo it. It's just like.
Have you seen Hulk Hogan recently?
I try not to.
Yeah, me too.
Every time, like he was on Joe Rogan, and it was just an hour of him making up shit.
Those pythons are now saggy pythons.
Yeah, green tree snakes.
Flaccid.
Those pythons are now snails.
His pythons are now like a goat that's gone stiff. Just. But yeah, Hogan, shut up. No one cares. Or as Jim Cornette once said, "Yes, Hogan, your name is a household word, but so is garbage, and it stinks when it gets old too."
Hulk Hogan, you no good, Lord down motherfucker.
Piece of shit, motherfucker.
Rest in peace, Sheik.
Rest in peace, Sheik.
Oh, God.
And then, I think we briefly touched on it the last episode, but Bray Wyatt passing away.
Yeah, I did not see that happen. I did not see that coming.
Well, apparently, because everyone thought it was going to be Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania this year, Karrion Kross did an interview with Chris Van Vliet last week, and it was actually supposed to be Karrion Kross versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. That would have been awesome.
Mm.
Karrion Kross, like him and his real life wife Scarlett Bordeaux are like it's very Undertaker-esque, but not quite Undertaker. Like it's very gothic. You know, don't think like Mordecai.
Mm.
If you remember Mordecai, don't think that.
Oh yeah. White version of Undertaker.
Yeah. Which I still maintain would have been a great gimmick.
Yeah.
Mordecai.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
it was actually there to build for Taker versus Mordecai at WrestleMania. But instead they recycled it for Shawn Michaels versus Taker at WrestleMania.
Which is also pretty good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's got a very gothic entrance. And his wife is hot. Like, Scarlett Bordeaux, I think you'd give up on Alexa Bliss.
I already have given up on Alexa
Wait,
Bliss.
is Scarlett his
Phil.
actual wife?
Yes.
I did not know that.
And she has an OnlyFans.
I did know that.
Yes. Yeah, they are actually married.
Huh. That explains why they're so close. Okay.
Yep. That would have been a great match to see, though. Karrion Kross and Bray Wyatt. And the build for it would have been just epic.
I thought you were going to say Karrion Kross versus the OnlyFans.
That too.
No, I do not want to see Karrion Kross's OnlyFans.
She's working hard for the money.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
He's just a common man. Right, so how would you sum up the current state of wrestling at the moment?
Bloody hell.
Conclusion.
The current state of wrestling, as I opened with, is in a good place. Like, we are spoiled for choice. If you don't like one product, you can just switch to the other, and then switch back later. It is a good place to be because you have one company that does tag wrestling well, another company that does singles well, another one that does hardcore, like your deathmatch types well. You got your foreign wrestling in New Japan. They do that shit really well, and now they're cross wrestling with AEW. It's a really good place to be, and the fact that they're actually letting talent go in between is a really good thing to watch. And I hope it continues, and I hope WWE, with Trips in charge now, actually starts to lean towards being able to share talent. That would be an awesome place to be, just being able to work with each other than against.
Shogo?
I do think it's in a good place at the moment. I also really enjoy the fact that WWE is not trying to compete with the UFC anymore.
No, because they're with them now.
No. Well, that's what I mean. Like, a couple of years ago, Vince was trying very hard to, compare itself to the UFC because it had nothing else to, rival against, pretty much.
I'm trying to force a rival.
Well, yeah, and don't get me wrong. I would have still loved to have seen Dana White versus Vince McMahon, in a WWE match, for instance.
With Joe Rogan as the ref.
No, God, no.
Joe Rogan.
Anyway, but no, I do need to catch up on this, but I do actually like the fact that also we're worming our way out of the PG era as well.
Yes.
And I really like that. I think it's heading in a good direction, and I cannot wait to see what the next 5-10 years to come. I'll be an older man by then, and probably a lot more grumpy, but
the wiser.
Yeah.
Wrestling wasn't as good as the Attitude Era.
Yeah, back in my day,
in my day.
There used to be swimsuit model, bikini contestants, and
Brian Penny's match.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh God. Yeah. No wonder our parents, banned us from watching wrestling.
Folks didn't.
Yeah, mine didn't.
Oh, fuck you.
I mean, I was watching wrestling when Sable was getting her cans out.
I hate you. Yeah.
Damn, Sable.
Mae Young also getting a cans out.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mae Young was also getting her cans out.
Unfortunately, yeah, I remember that too.
Puppies!
Getting her cans and her hands out.
Oh yeah, plastic hand with a rubber glove on it.
Oh, God.
What were they thinking? It was Vince Russo. 20 years later on a reunion episode of Raw. they had her and Mark Henry, and then this dude in a hand suit rocks up and goes, "Hi, Mom, I'm here."
Mark Andrews just losing it.
Vince had to have written that. Vince had to have.
Well, I don't know. They could have. It could have been Russo.
Well, it's like when DX reformed, and they were doing the DX, like Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and they were doing a skit with Dusty Rhodes, talking about the greatest, promoting the greatest of WCW DVD. And they're talking to Dusty Rhodes about something, and then all of a sudden, fucking Santino Marella barges through a wall and falls over and drops a stormtrooper out. DX just looks at it and goes, "We didn't do that." Walks out.
I think with like a Fred.
And you don't realise it's Santino Marella until he stands up and takes the helmet off, and he's like, "It's me, it's Santino Marella." And Dusty's just shaking his head, just go, "Oh, Jesus."
I don't think anybody else could have done that. Maybe a handful of people, but yeah.
Santino's great comedy.
Thank you, Santino. You're a.
He works for Impact now.
Yeah.
Well,
He's the commissioner of Impact.
is he any good?
He's still funny.
Okay, that's good.
He also has his own wrestling school as well.
Yeah.
What, do you learn the Anaconda thing?
No, you learn to get slapped by Jim Cornette.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Well, I can't get slapped by Antonio Inoki anymore, so there's that.
Oh.
Did you see the line for people getting slapped on these?
Dude, do you have any idea why people do that?
Isn't it like an honor?
It is a great honor
Yeah.
to be able to be slapped by the great Antonio Inoki.
There was a giant fucking line like leading up to the ring on the last time that he did that.
Yeah, I know. And it was, oh man,
I watched something very brutal yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a tag match.
Was it Asuka versus Minoru Suzuki?
Yep. Wow. He flogged the piss out of her. He
Yeah.
knocked her out cold.
Yeah, because, you know...
She told him to do it.
He doesn't discriminate.
Well, no, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to knock her out. Like, he didn't want to fuck her up.
Yeah, well...
And she's just like, "No, I want you to not pull your punches. I want you to fuck me up."
Yeah.
I want the real Suzuki. Damn it.
And
Well, yeah, I know.
he started belting her up, and he was still sort of pulling it a bit, and she's just gone, "Fucking hit me hard, you pussy." And he just picked her up by the hair and just gave her that massive headbutt, and that knocked her absolutely spastic. And then he just proceeded to fuck her up.
Asuka.
Something shocking after that.
Asuka, please marry me. I love you.
She is single.
I love you.
She does have a kid too.
I don't care.
Did you know she was actually a games journalist and a graphics designer?
Hey, Asuka, if you are listening to this podcast, please marry me.
And she's a year older than me.
Yeah, and
Age is just a number.
Asians is just a number.
That too.
Hey, Asians stay young forever.
No, we don't. I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah, look at Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah, I mean...
So you hit about 60, and then you go to 99 real quick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Look at Minoru Suzuki.
You look like Shang Tsung in 95. And then after that, you look like Shang Tsung from the video game.
Oh, God. But, yeah, oh, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, on that note, Mr. Inoki actually died on my birthday, so, yeah.
Sucks to be him.
Oh, I'm just saying, I got nothing to I got nothing good to look forward to now.
To look up to.
I got nothing good to look forward to now. I'm just getting older, and hey, on the anniversary of the anniversary of Inoki's death is on my birthday. Yay!
Hey, you could get Asuka to slap the shit out of you. That could be close enough.
Well, if it's any consolation,
She might be in Perth.
If it's any consolation, friend of the channel, Beck, her birthday shares it with the same day as my dad dying.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
So-
but your dad wasn't a wrestler, so
No, but he was still a legend.
yeah. Okay, I'll give him that. But yeah, on that note, you boys up for a Perth trip?
I'm going to see Iron Maiden next year.
And
I'm not going to Perth to see Elimination Chamber. I'll watch it from here.
okay, fine. Well, I'll go and I'll go.
It's too bloody hot over there.
If it was on this side of the country, I would have said yes. But because it's all the way over in Perth, that's a long plane trip, and there ain't much over there other than that.
other than Elimination Chamber. And Taker's doing his One Dead Man show the night before. I know, it's so tempting.
One Dead Man show. Is his host my dad? Is the host my dad?
No.
Oh.
No,
I'm so tempted to say...
it's Taker doing a stand, like a talking concert.
Is it Christian Cage saying, your dad's dead?
I would have said, they got to find him to interview him first. I love you, Shogo.
Ouch.
Oh.
That hurts.
Not as much as that hurt me to say that.
Are you hurt, Shogo?
It's so painful, but I don't care. It's funny.
He's not even hurt, he's wounded.
I'm going to call it there, guys.
Right.
Let's end it on that.
Well, I'll finish off with my final comments. My final thoughts, like I'm Jerry fucking Springer. So, I think the state of pro wrestling at the moment is in a far better place than what it was when ECW and WCW shut their doors. I think it's gone back to very much 96, 97, where you don't know who's going to be where. Anyone can show up anywhere. I think in America you've got 4 major companies, which is WWE, AEW, Impact, and NWA. And NWA is trying to get a TV deal.
Excuse me, did you include Impact with AW and
Yes.
WWE?
But, hear me out. Impact and NWA, if you get let go, if you run out of oxygen mid-sentence, if you get let go from WWE or AEW, you can go to Impact or NWA and re-establish yourself, rebuild your character.
It's a bounce back company for them, which is good.
Yeah. And it means that we're keeping talent cycles fresh. Everything's still fresh. Everything's still new. It's not the same old thing.
Yeah, you're not going to get a new iteration of Usos versus someone else.
Yeah.
You know?
Add to that, you've still got New Japan. You know, we haven't mentioned them very much, but
For our foreign
they are a
correspondents.
major as well. So there's a lot more opportunities now, which really does open up the landscape of what can be done and where people can go. And people can still get booked in a quote-unquote major/minor promotion, still get TV time, exposure, and still be able to make an income. So it's in a lot healthier place than it was in, say, 2002, when the writing on Raw and SmackDown was abysmal.
Yep.
Mick Foley even said it. Once WWE bought WCW, the writing just went down the toilet. It was like they just went, oh, we don't have to try anymore.
That's exactly what it was. It's like, we don't have to try that anymore. Why bother?
Yeah. So it's in a better spot than what it was. So, on behalf of myself, Dr. Shaymus, the Yellow Devil Shogo, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will see you for Survivor Series
Yes.
in a few weeks. Until then, it is goodbye.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.